lot of people ask, you know, how does this thing compare to a gas bike? Well, it doesn't. But if you were to compare it to a gas bike, I would say that this Mode 1 right here, it's about like an XR100 if it was totally automatic, and you know, it only had 3 gears. So it doesn't go very fast. It only goes like 30 miles an hour in Mode 1. It's extremely soft power. It's good for putting around. When you first get the bike, it's actually pretty good for learning, because you can kind of, the throttle feels different on these things, because there's no lag, and there's a lot of turn. And it's hard to explain until you've ridden one. And then Mode 2, like I said, is that real linear power curve. I would say it's the equivalent to kind of a 200cc enduro. Like if you were to dump the clutch on 200cc enduro, it would have a lot more power. But if you rode it kind of just like in the correct RPM range and just like rolled the power on, it feels kind of like that. And then Mode 3 is kind of like I would say a 250F motocross bike. It's got a lot of power like that, but it only goes, I mean, it's going up the hill basically 40 miles an hour wide open. And that's a fairly steep hill, and we're at altitude, so gas bikes are affected by it also. But it's, you know, that Mode 3 comes on real strong, so it's actually pulling harder off the bottom than a 250F. You would have to actually use the clutch on a 250F to be able to get that much power out. And so this thing will spin and break loose on you. When you're an experienced rider, and I'll say like, there's another guy out there, Electric Cycle Rider, you've probably seen his stuff. He's used to this electrical throttle, and so he has really good throttle control. He rides in Mode 3 all the time. I actually ride in Mode 2 most of the time. He's got a lot more precision in his wrist probably than I do, because if I was riding the stuff that he's riding, like maybe now I would be good in Mode 3, but I think that Mode 2 is so much softer and more forgiving in this really loose kind of slippery surfaces, that you actually go faster in Mode 2. Because you still have all the power of Mode 3, it's just a lot softer power.